I'm thinking of upgrading my computer from a Ryzen 7 2700X, but keeping my RTX 3080 since I only do 1440p. Or should I go all the marbles and get the new 50 series?
3080 is still a really decent card. Here's the thing.
Card.
Here's an answer that people don't give enough. Try it. How am I supposed to answer that question for you? Upgrade your CPU and your motherboard and RAM.
Oh, yeah.
And then see if you're happy with it. Because you're going to get a nice little performance uplift. And then if you're not happy with it, well, hey, this gives you a little bit of time. It's not like it's not usable. You can use your system with the 3080, play some games. And then when you're in a comfortable financial position to upgrade it, go for it. The good news is that with the way things are looking, based on the pricing that NVIDIA announced for the 50 series, 40 series and 30 series might continue to hold their value pretty okay. So, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Honestly, 3080s are still beast.
They're still decent.
Yeah.
The only reason that I'm upgrading mine is because I can. And I really want a new one. And that's
fine and
not
fair
rational.
enough. Yeah.
It's not rational though. Also, I have a 480 hertz monitor on my desk right now, or 500, whatever the last Asus.
The only thing that really has me interested in the 50 series stuff is the AI capabilities for non-gaming things. That's very interesting. But as far as games go, I don't know. Especially if you're turning on the technologies that they want you to, then it's I don't know. Frames are fine.
A 4080 is pretty friggin' fast still if you turn on frame gen.
Yeah, and even if you don't, if you have a 4080, you're crushing everything anyways. I don't know.
Yeah, and you're 4080, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Luke, I'll give you compute time on mine.
Are you buying one?
I would like to.
This guy
I think this year is the time I get a Founders. Obviously, completely irrational purchase. I just kind of want one.
It's a meme, especially with Nick, but it's a meme with the labs team that was down at CES, how much I think the dual flow-through fans are so freaking cool.
And it's a 2-slot. I want it because it's a 2-slot. It's super cool. It's a Founders. I want one for the AI stuff. I've already got many expensive
the design
GPUs.
on the Founders is amazing.
Save Luke money.
Riddle me this, Dan.
He can have compute.
What are you going to install in your other PCIe slots now that you've freed them up?
I have
dual slot really.
I have 7 on the other one. Well, I can barely fit my NVMe PCI my card or my USB card.
But it does fit.
Yeah, it's like touching the fans. I want a smaller computer. I've already said it's not a reasonable purchase. Oh, none of the third parties are going to do 2-slot, so yeah.
All right.
Nah, I don't have to defend myself because it's a stupid purchase.
That's fair. I mean, if you take a lot of the wind out of the sails of your detractors, if you're just I am making a bad decision.
Yeah.
I am doing so knowingly and willfully.
I'm doing this for joy, not because it's smart.
I think, you know that thing I was talking to you about a long time ago when I started laying out predictions for AI stuff? And I was companies are going to have effectively mainframes again.
On-prem.
Yeah. That's happening big time
so
right
fast.
now. And part of it is I don't want to fall behind. So what my job is, I'm not going to try to expense one in my personal computer. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you aren't.
But part of me is I need to start working with local AI systems more. I've been very aware of them.
Well, maybe what we should do
doing that much
is we should build a local AI compute machine
that
everyone can kind of share time on, and we'll just put it in the lab server room and would that be kind of a helpful solution potentially?
Yeah. We've been talking about it, especially with
that'd be a cool video.
Whatever it's called, digits.
Yeah,
that was an idea too. Do we get a digits?
I think we should get at least one.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that. I'm not that convinced for $3,000. I'm not that convinced you couldn't just build a $3,000 tower and put a freaking 5090 in it.
We try to see which one's more viable.
Do you want to play with mine?
Yeah. Well, part of it's also the RAM being able to.
Yep.
Sorry, what was that, Dan?
Do you want to play with mine as a test run? Because that's what I built.
What a thing to say if we didn't have the context for it. Context really does matter, doesn't it?
Nah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, because I
asked if you want to play with his.
You want to play with mine?
Do you want to play with his? Do you want to play with Dan's?
I built a mule.
But I'm talking Blackwell.
No. Well, I mean, I will, if you want, I'll put the 5090 in it, but I was kind of hoping to.
How many, this is one question that I have, Dan. It's
Yes.
how many 5090s?
One.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How many 4090s do you have, Dan?
One.
Oh.
How many 4090s did you have, Dan?
What do you mean, did?
Just that some. Oh wait, was it 3090s you had a bunch of?
Don't ask.
How many 3090s did you have, Dan?
3.
Why?
And 2 2080 Ti's. Because you can get them super cheap when they're abused by mining and barely run, and then will continue to be
barely run
bruised.
mean?
I don't know.
What does that even mean in the context of a GPU? What, the fan is broken? Like, what are we even talking about?
Yeah, you're right.
People keep asking, what's digits? It's this. NVIDIA Project Digits.
Yeah.
It's this little thing right here.
Yeah, it's a little like, it looks kind of like a Mac Mini.
But it's golden because, of course, it is.
ARM CPUs and Grace Blackwell. So it's a Grace Blackwell, Grace CPUs
Grace
and then
CPU,
Blackwell GPU.
GPU.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Basically,
AI
it's a dev platform.
AI dev box.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Nick in the lab has shown a lot of interest in this type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like clearly where things are kind of headed, and I need to not fall behind. So
You're welcome to time on my box. That's why I built it.
Dan, holy fuck, dude.